Hello everyone, this is Andrew Graves with Strength and Wisdom Fitness, and today I want to go over the plank. I love the plank, but I was kind of frustrated with it for a while because although I enjoy it, I felt like it was taking a long time to get fatigued and to get really, working the musculature with the plank after a certain point. So it's a simple explanation of the plank. It's basically a push-up position, but with elbows on the floor. There's lots of variations of this, but the standard one is elbows, boom, boom, and you hang out. Try to keep the spine neutral, don't let it sag, don't pike, just keep it neutral. All right, shoulders relaxed, you don't want to hunch here, you want to extend. Here's an important part, you want to extend through the shoulder, like this. So you can do the plank for a long time, like this, turtled up inside your shoulders, but you want to push through the floor and really extend like that. And that'll also work more musculature along the serratus anterior and the shoulder joint. So, boom. Now, a plank, interesting thing about the plank is there are, world record holders for amount of time in a plank. People who hold it for hours, right? Which is impressive, very impressive. But it does mean that it's an exercise that once you develop the base musculature for that structure, it's kind of an endurance activity. You're not increasing sort of your strength curve on that motion. It's more of the musculature's endurance capacity. And one of the big things for the plank is it's really good for general postural health because it is an endurance activity. So when you're walking around all day, and as you get older, you have to, keep a good posture to protect the spine. And the plank is a position that tests the endurance of that, right? So it's not so much, is your core strong for moving really heavy weight, but can your core stay stable for a long period of time, all day, days on end, right? So it's good for that. And that's how I think of it, and that's how I would suggest using it, is as a core endurance activity. But you may have a goal of core strength. That is total amount you can move, rather than the endurance of your core over time. So how do we make the plank more difficult, right? Okay, a couple ways. One is to do the alternative versions of the plank, side planks. So you go from here, turn this in, side plank. Key note in the side plank, don't just relax right here, okay? Take this bone of your hip and push it to the sky and keep it there. As you fatigue, this will become more difficult. It'll start to sag and you'll have to consciously push this back up. Okay, let's go back down. So you can do that both sides. Now, how do we make the base plank position harder? Well, there's a couple ways to do this. One is to squeeze through the floor. So if I'm here, it's harder to do from this position. It's easier in the position I'll show you in a second. But you go from here, you pull your feet into your elbows and vice versa. So what I'm trying to do there is that, right? But because my feet are touching the floor, I can't. So what I do is I just crunch against resistance and I have an isometric hold. That's really good. To make it even more challenging, you increase the relative angle of your elbows to your feet. So what I mean by that is, if this is your base plank, I'm under my shoulders right here, right? What I want to do is move my elbow joint out to my eye level. You can do this two ways. One, you can walk these hands forward, right? Or the way I like to do it is to walk my feet back. I just feel like I can control the position better. If I'm here, I walk my feet back, boom. The relative angle increases. So you see right here, I have a good structural support, elbow to shoulder. And what I do is I lengthen that, boom, right there. Hold this, and that'll increase the difficulty a lot. And then you can put the two together. So when you're more advanced, the plank is just kind of chilling. You're just chilling in the plank, it's quite easy. You want to challenge yourself, walk it back, and then add the contraction. pull through the floor. And don't let your midsection, your hips, don't let them pike or collapse. When you squeeze, you might have a tendency when you squeeze to pike to try and complete the squeeze. What you really want to do is put yourself in a position where you cannot move by squeezing, but squeeze anyway. Isometric hold. Like that. If you can do that for, let's say, 3 sets of 60 seconds, that's a good core workout. Very good. All right. So that's Andrew Graves, Strength and Wisdom Fitness. Thank you.